Welcome to the Arun Church podcast, where our mission is bringing life to everyone, everywhere, every day. Each podcast episode features the latest talk from our church, which are released weekly. We're passionate about Jesus, love to worship together, and are committed to changing our community for the better. Connect with us at arunchurch.com. So wonderful to have you, and I know that we've been talking about this all week, haven't we?
Yes,
and what
we
you're
do.
going to be saying and some of the questions. And I know also that you have got some slides that are going to come up, and that's going to be good. So the idea really was, in our Wings series, we're looking at flying, we're looking at thriving, really. How do we thrive? And we've looked at the wings and being refuge. We've looked at the perspective and wings. We've looked at healing in his wings. We've looked at lots of different aspects of wings. And now we're going to come on to a time where we look at how do we thrive, and in quite practical ways, and looking at the work. This one's looking at the workplace and looking at work, and then John's going to come. Have you all had a questionnaire on work? I hope most of you have had a questionnaire on work. So John is going to be doing a talk on work and what that means for us, how we can equip each other in work, in the workplace. But I just really wanted Joan and Anthony to come. They've come over from Hong Kong, and they've got some really great things to say and to share with us. And I just knew that hearing what they have to say is going to be brilliant for us as a church family. So thank you for doing this.
Thank you for having us.
And it's so good to have you. So there's going to be an interview, and then we're going to have some teaching, and then we're going to look at family and relationships, how to thrive in that, and then we're going to look at retirement and how to thrive in that. So that's going to be our series up until November. So first of all then, thank you so much, both of you, for coming and talking like this. Can you tell us a little bit about yourselves and your life in Hong Kong and the reasons you have made your home in the UK? So tell us a little bit about you.
Hi, I'm Anthony, and Joan, my wife, and we moved to UK, I think 2.5 years ago. And the reason why we settled here is because in 2019, there was a social unrest in Hong Kong, which was due to the government would like to amend an extradition law, which many people don't like it, and there were 2 million people in a peaceful demonstration against it, but at the end leading to a social unrest. And then the next year, there was a legislation of the national security law without any discussion, and so make the environment become more authoritative. And this is not the place that we used to, because Hong Kong was a British colony before 1997, and it was all very good. The financial center, although it is very tiny places, but it's still an international city. Many people coming here for work and for business. But after that, things change, and it's getting worse, and it makes us emotionally draining. And I also suffered from a bit of anxiety and panic attack that time due to the changes in the environment. And at that time, the UK government launched a new program for Hong Kong people moving to UK, which is called the BNO visa, British National Overseas Visa. And I discussed with my wife, and then we decided to move here to start our new life. Yeah.
You can show some photos.
Show some photos. And tell us about what life was like for you, your family there in Hong Kong. Yeah.
Yeah. So we actually meet For the first slide, please. So we actually meet over a program in the Napier University. So they run a program in the University of Hong Kong. So we meet there. That is our graduation photo over there. Then over there. And then so we get married in 2017. We just connected. We're really thankful for this interview, and then we connect all the dots, and then we count our blessing over these years, and then we feel like we always got a place for this country, because we took our pre-wedding photo in London, in Cambridge, and then we study a university which in Scotland, and then yeah, this is how we met, and then the next slide is our family. So you can see this is our family. So the left-hand side is my family. It's a little bit like a crazy family. The first photo on the left is actually on my baptism. But they just always did photos like this, and then my nephew. The right-hand side is his family. So his sister is married to French. So there's two little lovely kids over there. So that is one of the main sacrifice that after we moved here, we left our family there and friends over there. This is one main sacrifice there. And for Hong Kong, as Anthony just mentioned, we are a very international and very vibrant city. Things are turns really, really quick, very bustling, totally different. This is the view from our place in Hong Kong. So we always love to live by the sea. That is the only reason that we chose to live in the south. Anthony didn't really want to brave the cold in the up north anyway. And because we will miss the sea, we know that we will miss the sea. That's why before we move over here, we move 11 Airbnb through the South Coast. So you name it, from Lewis to Brighton to Furring to Worthing, we move all over to find our final spots. And then we did a bit of road trip. During the first half year we moved here, we went to different big cities like Birmingham, like Manchester, like London, like Scotland. We do a bit of road trip to visit. Actually, all of my friends from Hong Kong who moved to the country, they always tends to find a big city to settle in instead of like us to move along the coast. But we tried to. Tried our best to connect with them as much as possible, because I think there's so much challenges everyone is facing. Everyone is fighting for their battle to start all over in a new place. So we tried our very best on the first half year, I think. First half year, we just moved all over.
So you've had some challenges. What would you think would be your challenges that you have faced in coming over here? What's that been like? What surprised you as well, and what have been your biggest challenges?
I think something that surprised me is the efficiency in certain aspects. So, for example, when I move into the house we are living now, I need to apply a broadband service, right? In Hong Kong, actually, you just give a ring to the call center, and then basically on the next day, someone will come here and install, and you get the service. But that time, I took about 2 weeks to get my service, so it's something that surprised me rather than challenges. Another thing is that I'm still not very get used to is the mobile network. So I got 4 or 5 bars. For example, like yesterday, we were in Bath having a day trip. I got 4 or 5 bars on my mobile phone, but I literally cannot connect to the internet, even sending out a message. So even sometimes in Brighton, in Southampton, or in those big cities like London, okay. But because this thing, I think it rarely happens in Hong Kong. So because we have a very good network, and you can easily get onto the internet, sending message or browsing Facebook or whatever. But here I found something, it's very strange to me that, I got signal, but I cannot do anything with my phone. So that's something that surprised me, I would rather say. Yeah. Thank you. And some challenges that I face, I think, is in work, because I'm currently working in as a dispenser in Tesco pharmacy. I need to face a lot of different customers. So some of the people like to have some British humor to me, right? But to be honest, I can speak English, but some of the phrases or some of the things that I really don't understand, and they are laughing. Oh, I just pretend I understand, and then I laugh again. I laugh together. But literally, I find it difficult to understand, because I don't grow up here. I didn't grow up here. So some of the things you need to grow up here. You learn some of the background, and you know why. What is the point of humor, right? But that's a challenge to me. And sometimes I know in here, for example, like a certain symptoms, like I know mucus in coughing, but sometimes they will say it's productive, it's phlegm. And when you have nasal congestion, I know congestion, but they said, I got a bung up. Oh, okay. At the first time, what's meant by bung up? Okay, I need to check with my colleagues. What's the customer said he got a bung up. What is it? Okay, it's just a congestion. Okay, thank you. So I think these are the challenges I need to face, and sometimes, of course, definitely is the accent. So some people have a very strong accent, which I need to say pardon a couple of times in one conversation. So it make me feel a little bit not good, yeah, because I cannot serve them very immediately. So I think these are some of the challenges and the surprises I have when after moving to UK. Yeah.
For myself, honestly, we spend so much time to understand about the British etiquette. I read all this, like, believe me or not, I read all this YouTube video about British etiquette, big no-nos to speak to British people, or everything. And then I remember everything, and then they said, don't ask what's their favorite team, the favorite football team. Don't ask their prefer the political party. Don't ask their age. Don't ask where they live. And there's like, what football team? Yeah, football team, where they live, where they age, everything. We remember that. But then we meet people. They ask us all of these questions. I was like, really? And then I was like, and then they said, you need to have a really personal space to give the British people, because they don't want to be like too friendly, and then they don't like it at all. And then I remember the first time we met Liz and Paul, they asked us to go to dinner at their home at that night. And I was like, really? And then I was like, all this fact is totally irrelevant in the point. Yeah, but the biggest challenge for me is I don't drive at all, because with Hong Kong we got really good transportation, really cheap transportation at all. So we don't have to drive at all. For myself, he drives, but when we move here, I feel like I just lost my leg for the fact that I don't drive. So I tried my best to get this, and then the fun fact is, the driving exam in this country is one of the most difficult in the world. It's like the second or the third most difficult in the world. So my friends, all of my friends, they will have it passed in Hong Kong before moving here, but I didn't have that planned. So I just had my exam passed at the first attempt in May this year. So I just found my leg, and then I could go. I got my freedom over there. But this is one of the biggest challenge for me.
Wow, well done on all of these challenges, don't you think? Like, I don't know how you do it. Yeah, let's give them a round of applause. Like it must be so challenging moving from a completely different culture and having to learn so much all over again. So well done. And it's been absolutely brilliant having you here in the church we've absolutely loved it because, like, I don't know if many of you gone round for dinner, but your hospitality is beautiful, so thank you. But tell us both about your work and what you do. Tell us about your motivation for work and what are the differences in your experience and expectations of work here compared to Hong Kong. So anything about work, tell us about what you're doing.
I was working in the pharmaceutical and medical devices companies when I was in Hong Kong in sales and marketing. And so most of the time, my customer are healthcare professionals like doctors, pharmacists, or nurses. And I think the very key differences is I need to bring my work back home when I was in Hong Kong. So like when you have a presentation to do the next week, basically my weekend's gone because I need to stay at home and then prepare all the presentations, doing all the slides. But now as I work in the pharmacy, basically I don't bring my work back home. So it's more work-life balance compared to when I was in Hong Kong. But I do thank God, although I said there are a couple of challenges when facing customers, but I do thank God giving me this job because I can use half of my past knowledge and then apply it to the job here. So basically, when I got the job, I don't have any difficulty in doing the things in the pharmacy, and because all those ingredients in the medicines, I learned that when I was in Hong Kong. So actually, it's not difficult to me. And then I can use my knowledge. My motivation comes from I can use that my past knowledge and then apply it here and then to help the customer in front of me. Especially when they are sick, and I can tell them how to self-care themselves. And then when they need a prescription, I can try to locate where is the prescription, dispense for them, and then give them the medication, give them the need, that immediate need that they need to. So I think this is the motivation I have. And of course, the expectation is sometimes customers are quite, they want the medicine immediately, but the bottleneck is not here, it's sometimes in the surgery. But every day we face some customers which are not very happy. They tend to be aggressive sometimes, but yeah, just I do my best to help them to solve the problem. Yeah.
What do you do if you have an aggressive customer? How do you deal with it?
I think what they want is they want their medication, right? They want they are sick. I understand them. I show empathy to them, and I don't fight or against them when they're aggressive. I just being calm, and then try to understand what's the problem and what do they want. And with my knowledge, I just try my best to search different answers, or even ask my boss for help, and just try my best to give them the solution that the best solution I could at that moment to solve the problem. Yeah, so at the beginning when I face aggressive customers, I feel sad, I feel unhappy. I discuss it or chat with my wife when I went back home. But now I know this is not, the customer don't want to be aggressive, they just want the things to get things done. I also want to help them. So I think God gave me the kindness and the knowledge and help them to solve the problem. I think that's what I do. Yeah.
So I like to call myself a slasher. I do different things at the same time, all the time. So in Hong Kong, I always work with all these big food and beverage groups like McDonald's, like Pizza Express. I run the brand marketing team there. Then after this all corporate life, and then I feel like there is one point that I'm quite tired of all this corporate life, and then I started to start a company. My company is named The Refinery. It's named after the Book of Job. So I think every brand or every people, they got some gold inside. You just need to dig it out. So I named my company after the Book of Job. So after that, the reason I set up this company is because I find out there are so many people in the market. They got the talent, got the experience, but they don't have the place to shine, especially after they being a mom, or they have to give up their job. But they actually are very, very competent. And they always wanted to stay in the workplace, but they just can't. They need to take care of the kids, or they have health issues. But I think there is some projects that I could work with them, and then to help them to get their confidence out. I just enable them. I didn't do all the job. They are much more clever, more smarter than me. I just provide this place to enable them to work. So I started this company, and then I also teach in 2 universities in Hong Kong for marketing and branding and communications. I also use my free time to help out a counseling center, which setting up all this life and death educations, because this is something that really rare to talk about in Hong Kong, especially in the Chinese culture. We don't talk about death, but I think this is something that we really need to talk it out. So we started to do this as an education. I use my marketing expertise to help out, to run out, and then to promote this concept in Hong Kong. Then after moving here, I established my company here, and then I help out a client over here to connect the Asian or Chinese community to the British or the local community. So for instance, I've got a client over in Nottingham and Edinburgh. They're running their restaurants. Their restaurants in different Asian cuisines, or let's say Hong Kong cuisines, but they don't know how to talk to the local community. No one ever want to get into their restaurant to get the food because they didn't know about the food. So I help them to revamp their manual to a point that the local understood about this, and then ask them to and help them on the social media, or ask some influencers to come over to try it, and then we teach them how to eat in a Chinese way or an Asian way. So this is what I'm trying to bridge the 2 cultures together, and then I really enjoyed that because I also understood more about the British culture when I talked to different people, especially when I invite them to my home. Everyone in the church, they would tell me how different the cuisine is from what they have in the Chinese takeaway. So I think this is something that I try to use this as a bridge to bridge up 2 cultures. Yeah.
Wow, you're both amazing, aren't they? Don't you think they're incredible, both of you? Thank you for sharing all of this with us. And I've got one last question. Tell us how we can pray for Hong Kong. You've already talked a little bit about Hong Kong. How can we pray for Hong Kong?
As I mentioned earlier, Hong Kong is going to be more authoritative. There's only one voice in the society that is pro-government. And we lost the freedom of speech, the rule of law. I just want to pray all these things will go away in the near future. And also, we are lucky we managed to get here and then start a new life. But I know many of our friends or many other people in Hong Kong are still struggling in Hong Kong, and they are working very hard every day. And just pray for them to be safe and have them mentally healthy. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the point that we try to, because our family can come very oftenly, so we try to go back like once a year at least. And then we went back in this September. I realized that every day when I walk on the street, everyone was like shouting at everyone, or like somehow they're like fighting on the bus, in the restaurant. I think after all this trauma in all this year, the mental health is like at a complete low level in Hong Kong. And I've got many friends that are suffering from depression or anxiety at the moment. So I think, and when you see on the slide, there is the demonstration that we went all over the summer in 2019. There are so many young people and students was getting jail because of all this. So I always pray that they could be released. God's justice will be over them, and they will have their new life very soon. Yeah, and then the mental health status for the overall cities is pretty low at the moment, and this is something that I wish to pray for the city. Yeah, our Hong Kong. Yeah.
Wow, absolutely brilliant. Let's give them a round of applause, shall we? Thank you for sharing everything. I had a verse this morning that I was thinking about for you, both of you. And it says this in Zephaniah: "The Lord your God is with you, the mighty warrior who saves. He will take great delight in you. He will no longer rebuke you, but will rejoice over you with singing." And I just had that sense that God rejoiced over both of you with singing. And there was something, he was so proud of you for what you're doing and the way that you are living, and even coming to the church here with all of the things that are so challenging for you, and yet you've got completely stuck in, and you've completely opened your home, and you have welcomed people in a way that is absolutely beautiful. And so we just want to say you are so welcome here. And God rejoices over you with singing.
Thank you. And then so thank you for all the people who came to our place to enjoy the food and all. I really love the conversation that we have. And I've got this verse on the last slide. So this is a verse that always reminds me when we get here, and for we walk by faith, not by sight. Whenever I really want to encourage everyone, when maybe you just got like challenges on your work, or you got new places to work in, you just put yourself into God and then walk by faith. You can see everything, every plan that He got for you, but just let Him lead. We are the kind of people that we really want to in control in everything, because we think that, especially in Hong Kong, because there is a very familiar place to us. We know the people, we know the culture, we know everything. But when we came to a completely new country, we think that we don't have, it's a blank canvas in our brain at the moment. So we just let God lead and then put all the pains on it. Yeah.
That's absolutely wonderful. Okay, let's give another round of applause. I'd love it if you could go and stand in the middle here, and we'll just get some people around you and pray for you. Band, I wonder if you can come on up.